Hi, my name is Olivia, and today I'm going to be talking about my new Snug piercing that I got a week ago. I wanted to make this video because I was looking at YouTube videos when I wanted to get my Snug done to see, what people's experiences were and, the pain and all that stuff. And there are just not very many positive experiences with the Snug so far. A lot of people have really bad experiences. It swells a lot, it's super painful, it doesn't heal, yada yada, all that stuff. So I kind of wanted to document my own experience, be a positive representation of the Snug piercing on YouTube. So I got my Snug done about a week ago. Here it is. It is, obviously, it's this guy right here. This is my rook, and then these are just like lobe piercings, so it's just that big bar sticking through, and this is what's called the Snug on your ear. So I got mine done in a lower placement. You can be, I could have gotten it done through this part in the middle, but I chose to do it lower. And then if it would have been even more over here, that would have been more of an anti-tragus piercing if it had gone through my tragus, or anti-tragus, which is right here. So it's just like a really, really low Snug. As you can see, it's doing pretty well. It's only been a week though, so, a lot can change. But it hasn't swelled at all or anything, and that's why the bar is super long. Like, as you can see, it sticks really far out in here. And that's just to accommodate for swelling, and I don't really swell a lot with my piercings. So I went to get it done at my local tattoo / piercing shop, and I've pretty much gotten almost every single one of my piercings done at this one shop. So I really trust them, and just, they're a reputable place. They have good quality jewelry, good professional experienced piercers. So my piercer said he's been doing it since 1998, and I said that that's literally the year I was born, so that was funny. But yeah, so he's been doing it a really long time. I talked about where I wanted it on the ear, and I said I wanted it in a lower placement, and he said that that's totally fine. You can get it done. I mean, it might depend on your anatomy, but you should be able to get it done anywhere along the ear. I've seen people with it really high up, and people like me that have it pretty low down, and people that have it in the middle. So it just depends on what you want. I just got like the basic jewelry that you get there. The price for it was $65, and that is for neometal titanium jewelry. So titanium is one of the best metals that you can get for healing. Surgical steel is okay, but a lot more people have issues with surgical steel than with titanium. So if you know that you're sensitive, I would ask if your piercer has titanium jewelry. And so I just have a plain stud. Most of them, as you can see, I like gold jewelry a lot. All my other piercings are gold. And so this one kind of sticks out, but I don't really see the point in paying a lot for initial jewelry when I know I'm just gonna change it. I'm gonna downsize it in the end. I might put a hoop in it. I might not, so I'm not gonna waste money on this bar, but I'm not gonna have forever. I went back, lined it up to the placements. The first time he did it, I thought it looked great. And he said I had a really good Snug. Like, I had like a perfect Snug. Like, this part of your ear is called the Snug. So he said I had a really great Snug for it, the Snug piercing, basically. And so I didn't know I had that, but that's good to hear. And yeah, I just went back, talked a little bit while he was getting everything ready, laid down, the classic deep breath in, deep breath out, and then he pierces it as you take the breath out. And, it was painful, but I think it was actually more of a pressure feeling, so it wasn't like a sharp pain. Like, I feel like with helix piercings and some other ones, it's more of a sharp pain, but for the Snug, it was definitely a lot of pressure. So, but it really wasn't that bad. I have my rook done, and I also have my Dave piercing in there, and I think my rook hurt more than both my Dave and my Snug piercing. So if you have a rook, maybe, but everyone's pain is really different. So honestly, these comparisons probably won't apply to you, to be quite honest. It was not my most painful piercing. A lot of people say that the Snug is the most painful piercing you can get, and for me it wasn't. And that could be because I got it done lower, or I feel like if you get it done like really high up, it's like it gets progressively thicker, so that might like cause you to actually it be really painful. And then it also could be, he said I had a good Snug, or a great, you know, a good Snug, so that could also be why it wasn't as painful. Who knows? Could just be my body, my pain tolerance, whatever. It really depends on the person. And so yeah, I stuck the jewelry through. Something happened and he didn't have, like, I don't know if something occurred and he had to go get something else to like thread the jewelry through, and so I was kind of like sitting there for a minute just like waiting for him. So that was a little weird. There's just like a huge needle sticking through my ear. I'm just like laying to my side like, this is fine, this is chill. So it was a little longer than probably, you know, the Snug piercing would usually be, but that's because he forgot something, or I don't know what happened. But then he came back, threaded the jewelry through. That part was a little actually painful because he had really big hands. He's a man and he's a piercer, and so, you know, going on the, or pushing in the ball or whatever was a little bit more painful, but all in all it wasn't a bad experience. Pretty fine. I paid and I left, and it was pretty sore. You could definitely tell I had just gotten pierced, so the area was really tender. And there was a CVS like right across the street from my piercing place, so I went to CVS and got some ibuprofen, and I also got the CVS brand wound wash. So that's how I clean my piercings. So I got those, took some ibuprofen, and I think that helps a bit with the pain. And ibuprofen also helps with swelling if you're scared about that. I wasn't too nervous about swelling, it was more just for discomfort, so I took that. Basically the first month I have piercings, I do sea salt soaks, and then after that I just use wound wash and use Q-tips to clean my piercings. I just don't really like moving the jewelry too much during the initial healing phase. I think the more you move it, the more you touch with it, the worse it's gonna be. You get a cup of water. I have a kettle, like an electric kettle, so I just put on the kettle and water boils, and then you pour it into a cup. You put in 1/4 of a teaspoon of non-iodized sea salt, and you put that into the cup, mix it around, and then wait until you can, you know, handle the hot water. It shouldn't hurt, but it should be a little hot. And so then you just literally stick it in your ear and let it just soak. I'd probably do it for at least 5 minutes. 10 would be a lot better, but like it's just kind of, it's really uncomfortable doing that, to be quite honest. So I usually do it for 5 to 10 minutes. The first day is a bit longer because you really want it to, you know, soak up the good sea salt, help it heal, and just get, you know, all the nasty stuff off of it and keep away bacteria. I do it once in the morning and once at night. And you just sit there and let it soak, and it feels really good if the piercing's hurting at all. Usually a sea salt soak will feel like instant relief. It's really nice. And so yeah, you just keep doing that, and I'm gonna continue to do that for a month until I think it's looking pretty good and feeling good. And so yeah, I mean, it's been doing fine. At night I'm a side sleeper, which is really inconvenient if you like to get piercings like I do, but I just been sleeping on this side instead, and that's fine for me. My body, I feel like, kind of knows not to like switch over and sleep on this side. I did one night, and then the next day it was a little achy, but it wasn't swollen or anything, so I think I've just had pretty good luck with this piercing. I don't know if it's my piercer, if it's me, it's whatever. I think it's gonna go pretty well. It looks really good. So I'm optimistic about it, but also it's kind of hard to be optimistic about this piercing after you see and read everything with that online about it. Not many people have had a good time with this piercing. So what can you do? We'll hope for the best and see what happens. I definitely want to get it changed probably 2 to 3 months from now. You kind of gotta wait a little while because you just don't want to do anything too early and really mess up healing for you, but it's also not good to have really long jewelry in for prolonged periods because it's more likely to get caught or snagged on things. So I wash my hair about once a week, and so whenever I wash my hair, you know, you really just gotta make sure that no shampoo and conditioner is getting on it, and really rinse it in the shower. And then I also, if I'm in the shower and washing my hair, I clean all my piercings in the shower with Dr. Bronner's the Castile soap, the unscented kind, and I just literally clean my whole ear with that stuff when I'm in the shower. So I just went really carefully around it just to kind of make sure there was no shampoo or any residue left in there. And so that's the only other way I've cleaned it, but that's only usually once a week when I shampoo my hair, because I don't want any shampoo or conditioner to get in my piercings. Yeah, that's the only other way I've been cleaning it, and it doesn't hurt anymore. It stopped hurting, honestly, the next day after it got done. It didn't hurt. The day it did get done, it did hurt, but the next day it felt fine. Oh, and I can also wear headphones with it. So this is my AirPod, and it sticks right in there, and it doesn't really touch the piercing at all, so it feels fine. I will try to do a 1 month update, and maybe, you know, a 6 month or 3 month, or just like keep this updated, because I think a lot of people have just seen so many negative reactions to snug piercings, and I really hope that mine does well. And so, you know, if it does or doesn't, I'll update you guys on that. And I really want it to go well, so I'd love to be able to show a more positive experience of the snug, but we'll see, because like I said, it's only been a week. That's no time at all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that maybe you consider getting a snug piercing. I think they're really cool, really underrated, and not a lot of people have them, and so they're pretty unique. Thanks. Bye.